So here we go again with yet another example of a grammatical error in the book of Revelation, where what I'm showing you here on the screen is a book by Fred Harding, which talks about the author, who is not John the Loved. These errors are not found in the epistles of John or 1 to 3 John, or really any of the other prophets. Which begs the question, who was the writer of this epistle, and why are there so many what are called solecisms? Where here we're going to talk about the son-like one of human found only in these two verses of Unveiling 1:13 and 14:14. And the problem we see in this verse involves the adjective homoios, which occurs 47 times in the New Testament and 21 times in the book of Revelation, which likens something to something else. And if you go to Bible Hub and look up this word, you can see the parsing in all of its occurrences is mostly nominative. Nominative, nominative, nominative. And then if you just scroll down and look, you see the majority are nominative with two exceptions, okay? Here in Acts 17:29, it's parsed in the accusative because the adjective is modifying a verb to be like something. Okay, so the verb is involved here. Or then again, in Jude, it's in the accusative because it's comparing the whoring here in like manner to the verb whoring. Or here, if you can read this, the accusative is the case of limitation, and it limits the action of a verb. However, the nominative, is the case of designation of something. Where in Revelation 1:13, the adjective like should not be parsed in the accusative, but the nominative, because it's not modifying having been clothed. It's modifying like a human here. But then again, in Revelation 14:14, the second occurrence of son-like, he's sitting, but again, the adjective is not modifying the sitting here. It's comparing the son to be likened to a human here. So it should be parsed in the nominative, describing the son like a human. Or like I said, this adjective occurs 21 times in Revelation, and all except those two occurrences are parsed in the nominative. And you have to be careful because here at Blue Letter Bible, they're showing that Revelation 13:11 is accusative here, but if you click on the verse and you go to the interlinear, it's nominative, okay? And nominative, neuter, plural. It's comparing, it's nominative because it compares or describes it to be like a lamb, not modifying a verb of action. Or again, the nominative is the case of designation, the son like a human, where the accusative is the case of limitation, limiting the action of a verb. Where the writer here, who used it correctly in 19 occurrences, but incorrectly in these two occurrences, showed that he understood the grammatical construction, but it appears that for some reason he intentionally parsed it wrong. Why did the writer do this? Well, if you investigate further concerning a Jewish heretic who was a Gnostic heretic and an opponent of John the Loved, it's suspected that he was involved in the writing of this epistle and used the name John pseudographically. And why he would have inserted all of these grammatical errors, these irregularities, could be that he was trying to discredit John the Loved, who did not write this epistle.